One thing that I've learned is just always be there for each other and always support each other.
1. Being relentless.
Being in a small school and being involved in just about everything really taught me to manage my time and use my time wisely.
Be myself and not be afraid to be myself.
Tri-County taught me to work hard.
Always get to know somebody before judging them.
Be loyal to your friends because there are so many amazing people in the school that you get to grow up with.
Friends are everything.
The students.
I love the people that show up there every day and their differences and their uniqueness.
The people and how they all act accepting to everyone else.
Oh, the smallness of the school really brings together everyone.
One thing I love about Tri-County would be the people, like teachers and all the friends that I've made.
We're a small school and we're like a family here, and everyone has my back here.
They just embrace you like everybody's like family here.
It's so small. I mean, you know everybody, you know everybody's name.
Everybody is just like one big family.
It was pretty much just a big family here.
The family and community that we have that always supports us.
Cool.
Probably the food. Yeah, I think I'm definitely gonna miss that the most.
Definitely the atmosphere.
I love all the positivity and I love the environment, the spirit here.
When we go to volleyball games, basketball games, our student crowd is always louder than every other crowd, and I really appreciate that the most.
There's a possibility that they could exist.
I do believe in aliens because I feel it would be really weird if in the whole universe, because it's so big, we were the only like living things.
Definitely believe in aliens. You know why? You know, I was at Bonfire I don't know, like 2 weeks ago, and I saw moving lights across the sky. They said it was SpaceX, but doubt.
I think there's a chance.
Don't believe in aliens, but I feel like some people are very extraterrestrial around here.
When I was younger, I did believe in aliens, but then I kind of grew out of it thinking that they weren't real. But now I kind of believe again.
I don't believe I'm qualified to answer this question, but do you know who is qualified? My friend Eugene. Eugene, are aliens real? Well, heard it from him.
The thug life didn't choose me, my mom chose it for me.
My individual senior quote would be, "We're here for a good time, not a long time. Enjoy it while it's there."
Live fast. Try not to die too young.
Sometimes a bonk in the head in 2nd grade is all it takes.
When in doubt, cry it out.
My favorite memory is doing debates in Mr. Waller's class. That was always fun.
My favorite memory from practices would probably be getting to spend the extra time with my teammates and all the laughs that we had.
We were leaving for a cross-country meet and we get about, I would say, 3 miles down the road and we realized that we forgot Nick Sheely in the back parking lot. And so we drive back and there's Nick just standing there with all of his bags.
Tyler Hauser dared me to eat hot sauce on my food, and I did, and he was shocked. And ever since then, I've had hot sauce on food.
Creighton Ooh here and Madison Kirkhoff dressed up from characters from The Office, and I remember when Madison brought her cat and Creighton just grabbed it and threw the cat into this roof and said, "Say found it!"
Sand, because he knows how to make stuff.
Mr. Sand because he is the woods teacher.
I'd have Mr. Sand with me.
I would pick Mr. Sand.
Mr. Sand would be my first pick.
Mr. Sand, we could build anything.
So if we need to build Schefter, he's the man.
He could probably build a boat and we can get off of it.
Also need Mr. Simpson to be able to establish a government.
If I was on a deserted island, I would want to be with Mr. Simpson because he has helped me a lot over my 4 years of high school, and we have the same sense of humor. Bro.
Mr. Jantz, because I just feel like he'd help a lot.
Mr. Waller, just because he kind of just looks like the type of guy that would want to be stuck on a deserted island.
Mrs. Smith, because she would always keep me calm and like make me like stay positive even when it's probably not gonna look good.
Probably Mrs. Smith.
Mrs. Smith because she's been in the military, so I'm assuming she'd know what to do.
She'd bring the books, so we'd have lots of books to read.
I would be stuck with Mr. Barnard because he knows like every single plant, so I would know we wouldn't be eating anything like poisonous or anything.
Mrs. Smiley, just because she seems to be a really cool person.
I think it'd be fun to have Mr. Morrissey on a deserted island.
And I would probably want Mr. Morrissey with me. Recently, during quarantine. He's been learning how to cook.
I'd want Morrissey with me because he's a hoot.
Mr. Morrissey, just because, you know, it's a deserted island. He'll probably bring like a ukulele or something, and then it's like, and it's a good time.
What was that again?
If you're having a bad time, might as well have a fun bad time.
We'd probably never leave the island, honestly.
Please stop straightening your hair every day, and just stop cheating in math class. It's not doing you any good.
Oh, I'd have to tell myself to take my grades more seriously. I would have been sitting closer to a 4.0 GPA by now if I would have focused on my grades more during those freshman and sophomore years.
Jobs are nice, but you should probably do high school while you got the chance.
I would just tell myself that you should stay true to you and not try to fit in and be like everyone else.
Don't let someone dictate who you're going to be as a person. If they don't like who you are, then they're not worth it. Just be yourself and you'll be fine.
Just not to care what people think, because I know my freshman and sophomore year I cared a lot what people thought about me. And
always be yourself and never be what someone else wants you to be, no matter what.
As a freshman and sophomore, one thing I wish is that I wouldn't have been as nervous around the upperclassmen, because trust me, they're not that scary.
I wish I would have known how fast graduation comes.
One thing that I want to say is don't wear those black little flats that you wore that you fell on stage, because just did not turn out okay.
I would tell my younger self that it's okay to make mistakes and that they don't define the person you are.
One thing I'd tell my younger self is to not take things for granted. Demonstrated this year, not getting half my senior year.
I wouldn't.
I would survive the zombie apocalypse by bringing all my pigs with me and force up against them.
Get a lot of goats and just have them charge at the zombies.
I'm really good at just being by myself, so I feel like I wouldn't have a problem like hiding.
Horns and all.
I had a sow bite my leg the other day, and I know darn well that sow can destroy a zombie.
My advice for younger students would be not to take sports for granted. I didn't get my last track season, and that was really difficult for me, so I would just make every moment count.
Always put in your best effort and be relentless.
Some advice I have is just get involved and always have fun while you're doing it.
Don't be afraid to try new things.
Get involved in activities.
You're going to make a lot of great memories and make a lot of great friends if you just put yourself out there and have fun.
Celebrate and have fun with your friends, because it only lasts for 4 years.
Just don't procrastinate in general, because it's just more work over time.
Make sure to take your studies seriously.
Take school serious. Take your classes completely seriously. Get your quizzes done and study hard.
Try to get to know your teachers on a more personal level, because they're really important in your life.
Don't let people push you around, and stay true to yourself.
Get out there, get to know people, and just have as much fun as you can. These 4 years go by in a blink of an eye, and who knows, you may even lose a semester due to a pandemic.
Relax and enjoy high school. It doesn't last forever, and don't sweat the small stuff.
Thank you, Tri-County, for all the memories and all the great times I had.
Thank you, Tri-County, for the good years I've had here.
I'm grateful for such an amazing place, and I'm sad to be leaving it, but also happy that I get to start a new chapter in my life.
Thank you, Tri-County, for all the great memories.
Thank you, Tri-County, for all the people and the great memories.
Thank you, Tri-County, for supporting me the past 12-13 years of my education.
Thank you, Tri-County, for all the memories.
Thank you, Tri-County, for giving me the friendships that I have today. Being in a small school, I've kind of kept all the friendships since I was young, and it's been a great time here at Tri-County.
Thank you, Tri-County, for helping me build friendships, get me ready for the real world, and thank you to my teachers for everything.
Thank you, Tri-County, for being one of the best schools I've ever been to in my life. Thank you, Tri-County, for teaching me how to be a better student.
Thank you, Tri-County, for being a great school.
Thank you, Tri-County, for being the school that I was able to stay at.
Thanks, Tri-County, for everything I've learned.
Thank you, Tri-County, for all the great opportunities you've given me as a wonderful high school. I think being a small school, I was given a lot of opportunities that people at bigger schools wouldn't have been given.
Thank you, Tri-County, for everything. When I transferred here from Beatrice, you guys didn't have to welcome me with such open arms, and you guys did, and it's been such a great experience.
Thank you for Tri-County, all the memories.
Thank you, Tri-County, for all of the memories that you have given me. I will never forget them.
Thank you, Tri-County, for being my home for the last 13 years.
Thank you, Tri-County, for all the amazing years and memories.
Thank you, Tri-County Schools, for the last 4 years, 3.5, because it got cut short, and for teaching me lessons not just about school but in life.
Thank you, Tri-County, for a great 4 years. It has been a fun ride, and I wish everybody the best in the future.
Thank you, Tri-County, for making me the person I am.
It's something unpredictable, but in the end is right. I hope you had the time of your life.